Imagine if there were a roadmap to live a more successful, balanced, and meaningful life. Stephen Covey's classic The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is exactly that, a guide not just for achievement, but for effectiveness in the deepest sense. Today, I'll walk you through each habit with simple explanations and everyday stories you can relate to. Think of it like a journey, one habit leading naturally into the next. Habit number 1. Be proactive. Our journey begins with the idea of choice. Picture this: you're on your way to work, and suddenly you're stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Some people slam the horn, curse, and carry that frustration all day. Others stay calm, turn on a podcast, and make the best of it. That's the difference between being reactive and proactive. Proactive people don't give away their power to circumstances. They understand they can't always control what happens, but they can control how they respond. And once you realize you're in charge of your choices, something interesting happens. You start thinking about where those choices are taking you. Habit number 2. Begin with the end in mind. Think about planning a trip. You wouldn't just pack a bag and head to the airport without knowing the destination, right? You'd first say, "I'm going to Paris." And then everything, flights, hotels, budget, lines up around that. Life works the same way. When you know the end you want, maybe a fulfilling career, strong relationships, or financial freedom, you can shape today's actions to move you closer to it. And once you know your direction, the next challenge becomes clear, making sure your daily decisions actually match that bigger picture. Habit number 3. Put first things first. Imagine it's exam week. You know studying is what matters, but your friends invite you to binge-watch the latest series. If you say yes, you might have fun tonight but regret it tomorrow. This habit is about choosing what's truly important over what feels urgent or tempting in the moment. It's like putting the big rocks in a jar before the sand. You focus on priorities first, then fit the smaller things around them. And when you consistently choose what matters most, it changes not just how you spend your time, but how you deal with others. That leads us to the next habit. Habit number 4. Think win-win. So many people see life as a tug-of-war. If you win, I lose. But effectiveness comes from creating situations where everyone benefits. Take a simple example. You and your roommate both want the living room. You want to study, they want to watch TV. Instead of fighting it out, you both agree they'll use headphones while you study. Both needs are met. When you start seeing the world through win-win lenses, conflicts turn into opportunities for creativity. But here's the catch. You can't find win-win solutions if you don't first understand what the other person truly needs. Habit number 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Think about the last argument you had with a friend or family member. Chances are, while they were talking, you were already preparing your counterattack in your head. That's what most of us do. But highly effective people flip that. They listen first, really listen, before responding. When your friend feels heard, they're far more open to hearing your perspective. It's like building a bridge. You can't cross over to your side until you've first walked across to theirs. And when you start listening deeply, you'll notice something powerful. People's differences stop being threats, and they start becoming strengths. Habit number 6. Synergize. Synergy is when 1 + 1 = 3. It's the magic that happens when people work together in a way that amplifies each other's strengths. Think of a school project. One person is great at research, another at design, another at presenting. Alone, each project might be average. But together, you get something outstanding. Synergy isn't about everyone being the same, it's about valuing differences and combining them. But to keep producing your best, there's one last habit you can't ignore. Habit number 7. Sharpen the saw. Picture trying to cut wood with a dull saw. You push harder, you sweat more, but the work barely gets done. Then, you stop, sharpen the blade, and suddenly cutting is effortless. That's what this habit is about, renewing yourself so you don't burn out. Exercise sharpens your body. Reading sharpens your mind. Connecting with loved ones sharpens your emotions. And reflecting, or practicing gratitude sharpens your spirit. If you don't take time to recharge, you'll eventually break down. Sharpening the saw keeps you effective in the long run. So that's the journey. Start by being proactive. Decide where you're headed. Focus on what matters most. Look for win-win solutions. Truly listen before you speak. Combine strengths through synergy. And keep renewing yourself. Here's something to think about. If your life is like a story, which chapter are you writing right now, and which habit would make that chapter stronger? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.